So in this rubbish conversation, we're going to be talking about the thing that everybody's talking about, this whole COVID-99 thing, or 19 thing. I always get stuff like that wrong. How to survive it, how to get through it, especially if you have some mental difficulties, like I do. First hint for surviving this whole COVID-19 thing is to go for garbage walks. And by garbage walks, I mean find something, I mean it kind of as a metaphor, but find something that is physical, gets you out of the house but not around a bunch of people, and is rewarding for you. Whatever you do that gets you outside and you find rewarding. For me, it's going out, picking up 5 plates, getting stuff directly out of the water. Getting stuff directly out of the water just feels so good. Yeah, so good. Another big tip, and I've said this before, is routine. Everything is different now. Everything is different now. Shopping is different now. Going outside is different now. Meeting with your friends is different now. Garbage walking is different now. And yeah, if your old routine doesn't work for you anymore, and probably doesn't because things have changed a lot, then find a new one. Find something that works for you. It's hard. It's going to be hard the first while. I'm 3 or 4 weeks into it. I'm still struggling. And my routine hasn't changed that much. So yeah, it's hard on everyone, and give yourself a break. So I think one of the cutest things I've ever seen, pulled directly out of the river, tiny little WD-40 can. Hope you can see that. I didn't know they made them that small. Not sure what it's doing in the river, but super cute. So as much as I love my garbage walks, sometimes they're a little bit sad. I found something today. I'm not quite sure what to say. I'm not quite sure what to say about it. I'm just sad. I found a turtle, the biggest turtle I've ever seen in my life. Unfortunately, it's not alive. So if you don't want to see footage of a dead turtle, it's not like badly decayed or anything. If you don't want to see footage of a dead turtle, I'm just going to show it quick, just because it's massive and I've never seen anything so big, so I want to get some footage. So walking along doing my garbage walk, come upon this guy. Might not be able to tell scale very well. I'll try to put something in there for scale. So there's my glove for scale. It's my glove. So my estimate, I'd say it's over 3 feet from nose to tip of tail. And I've never, ever seen a turtle that big in real life. It's just too bad it's passed on. So yeah, I love doing my garbage walks. I love being out in nature. I love seeing nature. I love that I found this turtle. I just wish that I would have seen it moving. Yeah, thanks for watching that with me. I just needed to record that. Kind of a sad moment. So for last few years, cigarette butts have been basically the bane of my existence when I go on my garbage walks, because they're just everywhere and it's impossible. So I have developed a bit of a different mindset. Same thing with styrofoam. When there's tiny little bits of styrofoam everywhere, you can agonize over that stuff for hours and hours and hours, but that means that you're not picking up more, like larger amounts of other garbage. So what I've started doing is a philosophy that I kind of got from a guy on YouTube called AVE. He says you can get 80% of the work done in 20% of the time. So if I can go out and get 80% of the garbage out of here in 20% of the time that it would take. That means that I can go to so many more places and get 80% of the garbage out of those places. And the tiny stuff that you have to like pick out piece by piece by piece, it's just, you can't do everything. And that's sometimes a hard thing to admit, but you can't do everything because there's just too much. There's too much garbage. There's too many people that just throw garbage out their windows, throw garbage directly into the rivers. Like, I don't understand how people can live like that, live with themselves for doing stuff like that. Anyway, sorry, a little bit of a negative vibe after the turtle. I'm kind of a little bummed. So, I just startled this deer out from where it was feeding, about 15 yards away from me. I was looking for garbage, didn't see it at all. All of a sudden, crash through the brush. And they are city deer, so they aren't too worried about me. Awesome. There's one thing I'm actually surprised at how many I do find, and that's full-on booze bottles. Like, just empty, of course, but like just big glass bottles thrown aside. And this one's right on the edge of the river. Also, a very surprising number of Bic lighters. You'd be amazed how many of them are full. And speaking of Bic lighters, another one. These are the shoes in your neighborhood. In your neighborhood. In your neighborhood. Oh, these are the shoes in your neighborhood. The shoes that you meet when you're picking up your garbage and you're walking down the street. Shoes that you meet each day. Lots of shoes too. But going back to surviving this whole mess, I'm going to take a page out of Zombieland and steal one of his rules. They had a rule was enjoy the little things. And that's the thing in this time, you know, if you're stuck at home or even if you're not, like if you're busy working frontline stuff, enjoy the little things, whatever you can. If you're in a bad situation, it can be pretty bleak and you might not be able to find too many things, but those little things, grab them, hang on to them. And you know, if you're in a good place, then just enjoy the time that you have, learn something new, just have some fun as responsibly as you can. One of those moments where you just want to say, what the fuck? It's an entire bag. Is that a laptop bag or a clothes bag? Ugh, I don't know. It's gross. Jeez. And just in the water. Yuck. So one thing I keep finding that I find very interesting is clothing. Old clothes. Well, not old clothes even, but just bags of clothing. I think there must be someone, a homeless person or someone, a thief or something, that comes and randomly grabs stuff and then ditches it. It's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, strange, just always finding all sorts of clothing. And that is a full-on wicker basket. Don't have enough room for that in my bag this time. Maybe I'll come back for it. But like full-on wicker basket. There's a couple more hints for what you can do for two situations. If you're unable to get to a massage therapist during this time, I have a hint. What you do is you take, I've told a bunch of people this, so they're going to probably smile. You take 2 tennis balls and an old sock. You take the 2 tennis balls, you put it in the sock, you tie a knot in the end of the sock, and you basically just lay on it. You can either put it up against the wall and lean into it to get certain spots, or you can put it on the floor if you need to lay down and get into certain spots. It's like a self-guided massage that has as much pressure as you want to put on it. So it's actually pretty amazing. The other one is if you can't get into a chiropractor right now, I often will use a foam roller and just put it crossways across my body and roll my spine out, and my back will pop in many places. Just roll out your spine, roll out your back muscles, and things tend to move on their own. So yeah, a couple tips for how you can take care of yourself better, and that's one thing that's really important and should be a statement on its own, is just take care of yourself. Well, this is a new one for me. The toy saw. Full-on toy wood saw. It's a good day for finding interesting stuff. This is a, ooh, let's see if I can pick it up. Boxing glove. Yeah. Speaking of taking care of yourself during this time, someone was taking care of themselves and forgot something. I gotta start coming up with puns for everything that I find that's weird like this. What do I got for this? If you litter, if you litter, you're a dildo. Picking up all this garbage can be exhausting. Let's fight back against litter. Okay, I'm done now. It's important to spread good vibes, but not like this. Don't litter. So I wanted to stop for a minute and just explain the title of the video, The COVID Turtle. My thinking on this whole situation is that it's kind of like the tale of the hare and the tortoise. And, you know, all the people out there who are rushing to get back to normal, which doesn't exist anymore. All those people who are rushing to get back out there, do things, feel normal, all this stuff. They're like the hare, rushing ahead, going too far ahead. Eventually that catches up to them, which is going to be the second, third, fourth, fifth wave of this virus. There's some deer over there. Sorry. And then the people who are being very cautious and wearing the masks, wearing the gloves, keeping other people in mind. You know, yeah, it's probably not going to kill, you know, that many people under 40, but do you really want to be responsible for killing off your friends' grandparents and parents? You know, and the lax attitude is how this type of stuff spreads. So just be cautious, be careful, stay safe, stay home, and yeah, go pick up some garbage. Peace.